do be seated. As Secretary and Clerk, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to this morning's graduation ceremony. Graduation ceremonies follow a tradition that began in the 15th century, and that tradition has evolved since. Roughly translated, graduation means taking a step, and graduation symbolises the move of the former student, now called a graduand, into a new role in wider society as a graduate, there to use the talents developed as a member of this academic society. Each graduand will cross the stage and shake hands with the Vice-Chancellor to symbolise their transition to this new role, and we will applaud them for their success so far and in anticipation of their contribution to society in the future. At the end of the ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor will formally admit all of those who have crossed the stage, symbolising that each and every graduate is now incorporated into the community of scholars. As new members of this community, as the academic procession leaves the stage, the new graduates will join the procession, and that will conclude the proceedings. During the ceremony, those graduating with higher degrees will have their hood placed on them by the Vice-Chancellor, to mark that they have attained the very highest levels of academic achievement. It is now time to begin our formal proceedings, and so I hereby declare the ceremony to be in session, and I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Michael Thorne, to address you. Vice-Chancellor.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome you all here today to join in this special day, a day in which we celebrate your achievements, the class of 2015. For most of us, graduation is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, so I do hope you'll enjoy it. But perhaps those here today whom it will most please are those who have supported you during your studies. Parents, partners, children, and friends. To all of you, we say, we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much for your part in our success. You may have heard the news that we were declared UK Entrepreneurial University of the Year by the Times Higher Education magazine. The citation for the award listed a particular set of our achievements: the delivery of our degree-level programmes in the workplace for such international brands as Timberland, Specsavers, UPS, Harrods, Volvo, Wilmot Dixon, Barclays Bank, the Army, Navy and Air Force, the Port of Tilbury and Tamdown Triconics. The steps we take to enable our own students to graduate and start their own businesses, and hundreds do. And the fact that through our subsidiary, Ixion Holdings, we have helped more than 9,000 long-term unemployed people start their own businesses, more than 66% of which have passed the all-important 6-month survival test. The help we've given governments who wish to improve their rate of new business creation in Romania, South Africa and Uruguay. The success of our postgraduate medical institute, set up as a partnership with all the hospitals in Essex, among others. Not only its success in research, we're running £5 million worth of clinical trials, but also because it now offers 5 master's degrees in surgery. And it recognised the establishment of our science park, what we call the MedTech campus, which is 120 acres of land located in Chelmsford, Harlow and Southend-on-Sea, and which should lead to the creation of 12,500 jobs for Essex. The news of the award of Entrepreneurial University of the Year, and I do like saying that, came hot on the heels of the latest official statistics, which showed that within 6 months of leaving us, an Anglia Ruskin graduate has a 9 out of 10 chance of getting a job, a better chance than most other graduates of securing a permanent job, and is likely to beat the UK average graduate salary. Not to mention the outcome of the 2015 National Student Survey, in which our students expressed record levels of satisfaction with their courses and placed us top 20% of UK universities, both for lecturers who are good at explaining things and who make their subject interesting. In December 2014, the government announced the outcome of its most recent assessment of university research nationwide. We increased our previous 8 areas of officially world-leading research to 12 areas of world-leading research. They are allied health professions, architecture and built environment, art and design, business and management studies, communication, cultural and media studies, English language and literature, geography and environmental studies, history, law, music, drama and dance, psychology, and social work and social policy. On the subject of research, our Global Sustainability Institute is a founding partner of the new Centre for the Understanding of Sustainable Prosperity, which was launched thanks to a £6 million research grant, hot on the heels of which came the announcement of a further £4 million to develop an energy modelling tool working with partners across the EU. Dr. Peter Brown from Life Sciences has published the history of how the harlequin ladybird has spread throughout the UK. The harlequin first arrived here in the UK 10 years ago and is described as the most invasive ladybird on Earth. Has won a research grant worth over £3 million to help mild dementia sufferers. Researchers will develop an electronic platform which will help patients stick to their treatment and share data with their carers and doctors. For the 6th consecutive year, the prestigious Macmillan Prize for Illustration was won by a student on one of our illustration courses. This year, Xu Ti Liao was the deserved winner. A fine arts student, Ramona Zolodek, won the biggest student art prize in the UK, a £20,000 bursary, after claiming the Woon Art Prize. And our New York Times best-selling author and lecturer, Dr. Una McCormack, has written a new Doctor Who novel called Royal Blood, which has just been published by BBC Books. Professor Richard Aspinall, the director of our Health and Wellbeing Academy, has been awarded the Lord Cohen Medal for his contribution to research in ageing. The world's first online local shopping community solely for independent retailers has been launched here in Cambridge, thanks to help from marketing students and their lecturers in the Lord Ashcroft International Business School. Called Hurry Here Now, the app connects local independent retailers with local shoppers, helping them to compete with large chains and online retailers. Dr. Nick Drydakis' work on the effect of the current EU financial crisis on health and mental health has been published this year by Harvard University. His research has been much in our newspapers, especially that which showed that age discrimination against older people is rife amongst UK employers and that gay and lesbian job seekers in the UK are less likely to be offered an interview. Our Faculty of Health, Social Care and Education is leading a study of a new app called ProAsk, which will allow parents to see if their baby has a higher risk of becoming overweight as the baby gets older. And a former student, played a key role in England's Ashes triumph this summer. Spin bowler Josh Poisden, who plays for Warwickshire, was substitute fielder against Australia in the third test at Edgbaston. Josh, a former sports coaching and physical education student, caught Mitchell Starc to end the Australian innings, and England sealed victory later that day. I bet the Australians are glad that there's not a former Anglia Ruskin student in the rugby team. We now have over 16,000 students studying for Anglia Ruskin Awards off-site and at a variety of locations around the world. It is 25 years since we began delivering degrees in other countries, starting with College PTPL in Penang, Malaysia. Now we have students in Botswana, China, Germany, Hungary, India, Malaysia, Malta, Singapore, Sri Lanka and Trinidad. Over the last 10 years, we've spent more than £150 million on new buildings, and the most recent of these, for the Faculty of Health, Social Care and Education, opened here in Cambridge just last month. During the summer, work started on our £45 million new building for the Faculty of Science, also here in Cambridge, while major lab refurbishments took place in Chelmsford, ready for our new degrees in paramedic science and for pharmaceutical and physician associates. Now, before I close, I should like to take this opportunity to thank the members of our Board of Governors for their unstinting support and advice. But most importantly of all, I want to take this opportunity to offer my deepest thanks to the staff of Anglia Ruskin University, each of whom, directly or indirectly, has made an enormous contribution to your success. Everyone here today owes all our staff a huge debt of gratitude, and I think we should show our appreciation in the normal way. Finally, to all of you receiving degrees, diplomas and certificates today, if you enjoy the occasion, there is a way of repeating this once-in-a-lifetime experience. Study for a higher level degree. No matter what, you have a lifetime of learning ahead of you. You join a long line of distinguished alumni, which includes Chan Abraham, CEO of the Luminous Social Housing Group, Oliver Baines of Blake, who, having won Best New Album in the Classical Brits Awards, have now gone on to sell more than 500,000 albums. Lynn Berry, former CEO of the WRVS and now the chair of Breast Cancer Now. BBC presenter and our lecturer, Ben Garrod. Charles Clark, former chair of the Association of Chief Police Officers. TV presenter Nick Crane of Coast, Mapman and Great British Journeys. Their honours Judge Margaret Fawcett and Judge Howard Kemp. Alexandra Pringle, editor-in-chief at the Bloomsbury Press, and Mark Wood, chair of the NSPCC. We're very proud of you. Best wishes for your future careers wherever they take you. Do please keep in touch with us. Anglia Ruskin University would not be the exciting, vibrant and ambitious academic community it is today without you. Thank you.
We now come to the presentation of those receiving awards today to the Vice-Chancellor. And I should explain at this point that every year we have a competition for the loudest applause and cheering during one of these ceremonies. At the moment, the midwives and the nurses are ahead, I would say, by a mile. Now, the Dean reckons you can make more noise than they. I suspect he's wrong, but let's see who's right. I now call upon the Acting Dean, Dr. Andy Salmon, to read the names of those who will be presented from the Faculty of Arts, Law and Social Sciences. Dr. Salmon.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Law and Social Sciences. For the award of Diploma of Higher Education, Arts and Humanities, Govinda Singh Hoti. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Arts and Humanities, Joseph Bergin. Joseph Diva. Liam John Haller. Lisa Rankine. Luke Sowerby. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, History, James Andrew Robert Beaver. Joseph Brackett. Jason Bremner. Robert Matthew Joseph Bryden. Hayley Butler. Anna Elizabeth Cool. Nicholas Edward Saitaki. Jonathan Mark Reeve Day. Rebecca Lucy Dundee. Rebecca Fry. Eden Gary Fryer. Benjamin Joshua Grauweiler. Jonathan David Harwood. Victoria Hayes. Chelsea Maria Haider. Reuven Jonkind. Christina Cavitas. Sarah Kendall. Daniel James Latchford. Vahessa Mahoney. Joshua Manners. And to receive the History Dissertation Prize and the History Prize, Timothy William Joseph Mason. Sophie McGuirk. Andrew Orgam. Benjamin Philcox. Kirsty Roper. Emily Stance. Lauren Walker. Daniel Warren. Luke Watson. Samuel Martin Wilson. Joshua Darius Gresham Yonsibor. Molly Kate Addison. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Philosophy, Hannah Louise Beswick. Leah Callaghan Fowler. Genevieve Foster. Hayley Fry. Jack Oscar Hartup. Phoebe Louise Hillier. Amara Howell Malik. Rebecca Leonard. Christopher John Ross Llewellyn. Day Mariam Moabi. Robert Sadler. Rakul Sorensen. Brooke Tucker. Raveen Verdi. Bruce Welsh. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Philosophy and English Literature, Timothy James Voake. For the award of Foundation Degree in Arts Public Service, Yasmin Begum. Levi Rakaya Timothy Frosdick. Bethany Gressley Jones. Andre Hacheng. Gemma Mason. Zoe Monga. Melissa Marie Morris. Eleanor Page. Jamie Vexler. Alexandra Ola Zapalska. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Public Service, Matthew Allison. Alistair Ross Coombs. Samantha Natalie Croft. Samir Davis. Rhiannon Fraser. Simon Kaminsky. Alexander Lynn. Lucy Major. Sophie Leanne Revel. Yes. Thomas George Scotting. Charla Sarouk. Lewis Young. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Criminology, Georgina Adebayande. Emmanuel Adegoke, Taylor Andrews, Emma Blease Batley, Lucy Boyle, Hannah Louise Booth, Michelle Dawn Brown, Ashley Nathan Bryce, Nicola Jane Burrows, Danielle Chamberlain, Emma Compton, Jordan Craig, Benjamin Crowe, Laura Dennis, Jessica Gailey, Laura Jane Gibbings, Danielle Gillam, Charlotte Greer, Jordan Edward Griggs, Victoria Hadley, Olivia Hare, Benjamin Harradine, Dipali Jagita, Andreas Istabo Yamne, Holly Amy German, Kadajia Mawara, Sharon Kazemba, Lauren Lily Matthews, Shanine McGowan, Glenn Jordan James McLeod, Laura Melrose, Jasmine Muley, Michael Parks, Elizabeth Jane Peters, Jessica May Phillips, Rose Rawson, Lucy Ringwood, Rebecca Spraggs, Lauren Alice Stammers, Sophie Thorne, Edward Thornton, Kelvin Francesco Ubaka, Charlie Usher, Sandra Widomska, for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Criminology and Sociology, Lois Julia Grace Brown. Jacqueline Cabanza, Laura Rose Phillips. Gurvit Sandhu. Hasib Shah. Beth Louisa Shaw. Alice Tansley. For the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Psychology and Criminology, Sabah Ashad. Lauren Brock. Francesca Goddard. Lydia Rose Irvin. Jonaba Anita Jeng. Jessica Massey. Marion McGowan. Elle Roberts. Paige Skelton. Sophia Subramani. For the award of Master of Arts, Criminology, Transnational Crime, Agnisha Stryker. For the award of Master of Arts, International Relations, Amber Hunt. Emobe Matu. Alisa Ahmed. For the award of Bachelor of Arts Honours Sociology, Beth Adele Camplin. Mike Kura Chiminhinhe. Deborah Consolo. Holly Victoria Donaldson. Elizabeth Mason Hale. George Morris James. Benjamin Hugh Cruz. Violet Brenda Magambo. Kezia Matthias. James McCarthy Mitchell. Abby Netherton. Jennifer Odinuta. Robert Bossell. Madeleine Ella Rees. Amelia Rose. Sharon Sidhu. Sandra Simoes. Samantha Slade. Dana Stern. Laurie James Tickner. Supona Toure. For the award of Master of Arts, Sociology, Constant Sophie Elizabeth Meller. Hannah Jennifer Newman. Courage Osogbovo Omigomni. Vice-Chancellor, this partially completes the list of students for me to present to you today.
As you will have learned from the Vice-Chancellor's address, we have many distinguished academics at Anglia Ruskin University, and I would invite one of them, Dr. Sean Lang, to address you. Dr. Lang.
Vice-Chancellor, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. When today is gone, when the gowns and hoods have been returned, the formal portraits and the informal group photos have been taken, when parents and lecturers have finally met over a glass of wine, and when tomorrow morning has dawned, and this colourful ceremony has passed, it will still have many years to live in the memories of everyone here, and not only in the downloadable film available afterwards at a very reasonable price. Graduation is a proud moment, one that will stay with you through the years, and rightly so. Not just because of what each individual who crosses this stage has achieved, considerable though that is, but because of what this graduation represents. You are all part of a massive expansion in opportunity now offered to a much wider cross-section of the population than has been the case at any time since the war. In the 1950s, the percentage of young people who went to university was in the region of 3 to 4%. Nowadays, it is just below 50%. That expansion represents a veritable social revolution in this country, and you, my friends, are part of it. Indeed, you are at its cutting edge. But before you set about changing the world, it is right to take a moment to reflect on what you have achieved, on what you have become, and that is what today is about. If you will allow me a moment of reminiscence, on my own graduation day back in 1982, before many of you were born, before some of you were born, my parents did for me what perhaps yours may do for some of you. After the ceremony, they took me for tea to a rather posh hotel. And as we stood waiting for a table, me still in my gown and hood, an American lady came up to me and in tones of awe, without even a preliminary excuse me, asked, "What does it mean?" I was caught off guard and couldn't think of anything particularly clever or witty to say in response, other than quite a lot, actually. But on reflection, I think that that was the best answer I could have given, and that her question was absolutely right too. For what indeed does it mean? Why have we gathered here in these colourful, but perhaps rather eccentric robes? Why have you given these crucial years of your lives to the pursuit of one course of study, to come out with a degree and letters after, and in some cases before, your names? What does it mean? How is graduating from Anglia Ruskin different from graduating from that other great and prestigious school of mass education, the University of Life? And in some ways, of course, it isn't different at all. University is about much more than a course of study. It is an education in life and living. For many young people, it is the first time they have lived away from home. Indeed, for many people, going to university is, in effect, the point when they leave home. University is about managing money, paying rent and bills, and still having enough for your course, for your social life, and for food. It's about encountering and working alongside people from completely different backgrounds, from different parts of the country and of the world, and even of different generations. The medieval idea of a university was that it was somewhere to study the universality of creation, hence the name. Learning, and perhaps learning the hard way, about the ways of the world and of its people is still central to university life. In that sense, you are all graduates of the University of Life. But your Anglia Ruskin degree adds a depth, a richness of knowledge and understanding that cannot easily be matched by any other means. To see below the surface, to see things in a wider or a longer context, to have an insight into why things are as they are, and therefore to be aware of how they can be different. These are the attributes of the informed citizen, of the university graduate. And used properly, they can make you, each one of you, a force to be reckoned with. But that doesn't explain what we are doing here today, nor why you are wearing those robes. What does all this mean? After all, graduation doesn't have to look like this. I still remember a school's television programme about university life that I watched back in my own sixth form days. It contrasted the experiences of a British student at Cambridge with a German student at university in Cambridge's twin city, Heidelberg. For the most part, their experiences were fairly similar. Lectures, tutorials, sport and socialising were much the same in either city. But then came graduation. The Cambridge student processed down King's Parade, looking splendid in gown and hood, before going through a grand and colourful ceremony much like this one. OK, with a bit more Latin. Then the scene switched to Heidelberg, to a small office with the department secretary typing away. Our German student popped his head round the door and asked if he could pick up his degree. So she got up and got it for him, out of a filing cabinet. That was his graduation. I'm told by German friends that things haven't really changed, but I'm open to correction. Of course, in the period of radical student activism in the 60s and 70s, not all students went through a graduation ceremony in this country. Many students thought it old-fashioned and anachronistic. You might go through with it to please your parents, but it was still decidedly uncool. I'm very glad that that attitude has largely disappeared, because I think it missed something really rather valuable. A public ceremony like this is an opportunity for us all, not only to congratulate you and to celebrate your achievement, but to launch you onto the next phase of life. As you have heard, graduation means moving from one stage to the next, and so it should. For make no mistake, learning never ends. As we sit here today, you are continuing a tradition of learning and scholarship that was established centuries ago by the monks and nuns of the cloistered colleges, some of them in this city, of the medieval world. The people who founded our universities, our schools, our libraries and our hospitals. The gowns and hoods you are wearing today are a reminder of the hooded habits they wore, of their devotion to scholarship, and of the standards of truth and intellectual honesty by which they sought to live and work, and which we look to you to maintain. The academic caps you wear derive from the caps worn in Tudor times by churchmen and scholars as an outward sign of their learning and of the authority it gave them. Your graduation robes place you in the same tradition they started, and you can wear them with justifiable pride. But what about the title you now hold? No doubt friends and family will send you cards addressed with your degree letters after your name. But what does it mean to be a Bachelor of Arts? Arts isn't too hard to grasp. It means mastering both knowledge and its application. But why bachelor? The word usually means a young, unmarried man, which clearly cannot be the right meaning for everyone here today. The technical meaning in an academic context is perhaps not very encouraging. It means one in training for, and who has by definition not yet got, a master's degree. That sounds a bit negative, labelling you in terms of what you're not, the academic equivalent of an L plate. But there is another meaning to bachelor, which I think fits today rather better. It means a young knight. Indeed, you can still find knight bachelor among the titles of the orders of chivalry today. Now, knighthood seems to me a very good analogy for what you have, all of you, yes, masters and doctors of philosophy too, have received today. For knights go out into the world on a quest to uphold truth and defeat the forces of evil. In stories, of course, these were dragons. But don't think dragons exist only in myth. There is no shortage of dragons today to be taken on and slain. 70 years ago, Sir William Beveridge, a politician and a scholar, he was director of the London School of Economics and master of University College, Oxford, wrote his famous report on social policy, which became the foundation of the modern welfare state. He identified 5 giants that needed to be brought down if a better life was to be made possible: disease, squalor, ignorance, idleness and want. The reforms of the post-war years might not have killed them off completely, but they went a long way towards reducing their hold on ordinary people's lives. But that was then. What are the dragons of our own day, of the internet age? I want to suggest a new set of 5. 1. Ignorance. Not lack of education as such, but sweeping judgment, and it is often an intolerant judgment, loudly proclaimed, but based on little or no actual knowledge. You are Anglia Ruskin graduates. You know more. You know better. Show it. 2, the superficial, lazy thinking, based on no more exertion than is required to click a mouse. The sort of person who mistakes an internet meme for an argument. You have studied here. You know that issues are complex, that a string of slogans is no substitute for reasoned and informed argument. Plenty of people do not know this. Disillusion them. 3, the specious, the shoddy argument, full of non sequiturs, false connections, unfounded propositions, arguments that might sound impressive but are based on straw. Many will be taken in, not you. You are graduates of this university. You have faced the best in intellectual challenge and you have passed that test. You can recognise trash when you hear it, and when you do say so, there is a lot of it out there. 4, the herd mentality. Going with the crowd, switching the brain off and following the others, letting others do the thinking. If you switch your brain off, there are plenty of charlatans who will fill the gap. Don't let them. Stand up, stand out. Be prepared to say no when everyone else is saying yes. And if you do want to say yes, say it because you believe it, not because everyone else does. That is the mark of the educated citizen. That is the mark of a graduate of this university. 5, the denigration of academic standards. There are plenty of people who are impatient with academic rigour, who want to rush into action and aren't interested in evidence, in argument, or even in truth. It was impatience that led an otherwise intelligent and highly educated government to launch a war with whose consequences we will be living for a long time yet, based on imperfect intelligence they could not be bothered to check, and impatient dismissal of expert analysis and advice. Truly, my friends, we need more Anglia Ruskin graduates in the corridors of power. So when you go out of those doors at the back, you are going out not just into the world, you are going into battle. You are young knights, bachelors and masters of arts of a university of which we can all be very proud. So go out from here and let the world tremble at your reproach. But there is just time for tea in a posh hotel before you go.
Dr. Lang, thank you. We now come to the final list of those receiving awards today, and I call again on Acting Dean Dr. Andy Salmon to read the names of those who will be presented from the Faculty of Arts, Letters and Social Sciences.
I now continue the presentation of students from the Faculty of Arts, Law and Social Sciences. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, English Language Studies, Ame Agnior. Riem Ramiz Abis Ali. Saiho Hemet Bakmar. Bruno Bonzano. Alejandra Cassis. Marie Despreth. Priscilla Makazu. Elizabeth Lucy Ngamba. Natida Pupan Wiwat. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours English Language and English Language Teaching, Pratsya Bagatilia. Anatolia Chikwaka. Hannah Cunnell. Leslie Davis. Anna Beth Hogarth. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, English Language and Linguistics, Stephanie Akar. Nadira Ahmed. Charlotte Beardmore. Marios Chatsi Dimitriou. Tom Chowderley. No. Evie Drackett. Emily Dujon. Stephanie Evans. April Jane Fenn. India Rose Gokul. Hayley Harrington. Emily Lamb. Charlotte Emma Lawson. Natona Mamun. Victoria Mills. Emily May Murphy. Benjamin Page. Lorraine Peck. Lucy Rennie. Megan Sawyers. Samantha Lauren Still. Elizabeth Fern Harding Talbot. Harley Turner. Alicia Watts. Emma Patricia Watling. For the award of Master of Arts, Applied Linguistics and TESOL, Glenys Davis. Susan Mary Everest. Julia Johnson. Ruth Catherine Watkins. For the award of Master of Arts, Intercultural Communication, Anin Hermawanti. Lu Zhao. For the award of Bachelor of Arts, Film Studies, Elvis Oni Edikin. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film Studies, Ryan Collier. Also receiving the Pat Cole Memorial Prize for the Best Academic Achievement in Communication, Film and Media, Toby Forshaw. Ashley Louise Maley. Edward Radley. Maisie Smith. Megan Violet Smith. Robert Ward. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Film Studies and Media Studies, Pierre Amont. Kaylee Irene Barnes. Rebecca Church. Scott Collins. Jake Groves. Thomas Makovitz. Jordan Story. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Media Studies, Jason Wilson Almingo. Holly May Canham. Chantel Juliette Delamy. Kristana Jonkari. Amy Goffin. Catherine Jameson. Alana Jiggins. Barini Ya Levi Kabor. Charlotte McClure. Emily Jane Sands. Nicole Leanne Scourfield. Daria Shushu Barniva. Tuva Lund Smithstar. Angelina Tomasova. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Writing and English Literature, Tiffany Arnold. Callum Lewis Freeman. Katie Friday. Liam Robert Andrew Hewitt. Lauren Louise Hymas. Julie Jean Jackson. Hilary Margaret Jordan. Ayla Philomena Kinnamon. Dominic Littlefair. Crystal Lobo. Sophie May. And receiving the Katie Price Prize, awarded for the Best Major Project in Writing, Montana Ashley Morris. Christopher Alexander Neves Kershaw. Lewis James Smith. Sarah Thorburn. Eleanor Vincent. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Writing and Film Studies, Olivia Anastasiou. Hannah Rose Bunten. Tim Knight. Hannah Lamont. Grace Painter. Lindsay Roberts. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours English Literature, and to receive the Nora Cook Prize for the Best Major Project in English Literature and the Justin Warden Memorial Prize, Alexander Abichu. Molly Adkins. Grace Helen Anderson. Megan Askew. Nicola Bailey. Emma Lucy Bradshaw. Megan Louise Collier. Kathleen Croskell. Huma Iftikhar Dor. Alec Harvell McSweeney. Thomas Didola. Natalie Jane Entiknap. Emily Elizabeth Fleming. Catherine Elizabeth Gale. Rebecca Jade Guy. Brogan Haldane. Elizabeth Hill. Katie May Hilton. Valerie Irene Hutchinson. Kirsten Jolly. Alana Sarah McCaskill. Jasmine Marriott Dixon. Lila Jo Meggs. Gabrielle Mell. Samantha Rose Pearson. Kayla Prowse. Anna Rue. Edward James Arthur Scott. Thomas Charlon Harris. Sarah Sherlock. Joshua Siddons. Thomas Smith. Adam James Tolhurst. Rhea Jade Elizabeth Wewell. Ross Campbell Wood. For the award of Master of Arts Publishing, but also receiving the James Clark Publishing Prize, Melissa Jade Bartlett. Laura Muriel Fox. And receiving the Cambridge University Press Prize for the Best Dissertation in Publishing, Frances Evelyn Hillier. Katie Newton. Victoria Santina Parin. Kerry Jane Porter. Sarah Starkey. For the award of Master of Arts, English Literature, Margaret Eleanor Gooding. Benjamin James Holroyd Dell. Jennifer Wellbelove. Omar Garson Zain. For the award of Master of Arts, Creative Writing, Frances Elizabeth Boyer. Lucy Elizabeth Crowe. Susan Mary Dean. Hannah Catherine Floyd. Benjamin James Langley. Vern Lewis. Jeanette Marianne Milbourne. Helen Nwakibo. Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to those who have been awarded higher research degrees. In each case, for the award of Doctor of Philosophy, thesis title, Threading the Labyrinth, a novel of gardens and the fantastic, space and time in Threading the Labyrinth, Tiffany K. Agnes. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, thesis title, Leabe Elongation and Identity, Reconstruction amongst the Ndemble women of Zimbabwe, Harriet Sanele Bahibi. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, thesis title, Recharting the Present, Feminist Revision of Canonical Narratives by Contemporary Women Writers, Amy Suzanne Crawford. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, thesis title, Notes Towards Recovery, a short story collection and exegesis, Amy Louise Ells. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, thesis title, The Wartime Child in Women's Fiction and Psychoanalysis, 1930 to 1960, Amanda Jane Jones. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, thesis title, Reading Goss is Reading, a study of illusion in the work of Edmund Goss, Catherine Jane Rees. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy, thesis title, Time in the Secondary World Fantasies of Patricia A. McKillip, Audrey Isabel Taylor. Vice-Chancellor, that completes the list of graduands for me to present to you today.
We're now nearing the end of the ceremony, but first I would like to ask Sophie May, one of our wonderful new graduates, to come to the podium to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of those receiving awards today. Sophie.
Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates, it is my pleasure to offer the vote of thanks today from myself and on behalf of all of the students graduating at this ceremony. Thank you to the staff across the faculty for sharing your knowledge with us. There is nothing more selfless, respectable and deserving of praise than dedicating your life to sharing your wisdom. Because of you, we can now open our minds to new ideas and improve our own lives. Thank you for being so enthusiastic. It is your contagious passion that has inspired us to read further on a topic, to develop the idea we had hastily dismissed, or to push our goalposts a little further. We now believe we can achieve what we set out to do. The fact that we are here today shows that we can. Thank you to the members of staff who always seem to know someone who can help you, who can point you in the right direction and to the right people, even when the query is very specific. For example, I'm thinking of writing about the decline in butterfly numbers in Loughborough. You then recommend some excellent publications on Loughborough, maybe refer us to an old friend from university who's interested in butterflies, or a publisher who is taking submissions about anything declining. Thank you to all of the staff who work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that Anglia Ruskin runs so smoothly. The administrators, librarians, IT technicians, security, the chaplaincy, student services and the Students' Union. The university would not run without you, and you have all been so supportive and dedicated. Thank you to the faculty for your commitment to pastoral care. I know I am not the only student who has knocked on a member of staff's office door in tears and left smiling. At some point during a degree, issues outside your control might threaten your ability to continue. However, the support offered by the department has helped so many of us to overcome our stumbling blocks and stand here as graduates today. Every member of staff in the university has provided these moments that made our university experience about more than just getting a qualification or a better job. Right from the moment that you welcomed us into the department, got us excited about learning and inspired us to be our best. These moments made us realise that university is more than a 3-year holiday away from our parents. Thank you to all of our parents and guests who are here for us today. Our studies weren't really a holiday away from you. Without you, we would not be here. Sharing such an important day with you goes some way to show how grateful we are for the love and the support you have given us throughout this time. You have allowed us to fly. Finally, I want to thank my fellow graduates. There is a brilliant sense of community at Anglia Ruskin University. We've been through so much together since we started. When things got a bit difficult, it was a relief to know that there was a welcoming support network we could turn to. It was reassuring to see familiar faces in the library in the middle of the night at deadline season. It was even better seeing crowds together in the pub after handing in. I am so proud of every single graduate in this room, and I cannot wait to hear about the amazing things that you go on to do next. Good luck and congratulations.
Sophie, an excellent speech, thank you. I now call for one final time on the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Michael Thorne.
And now will all those who have been presented to me here today and have crossed the stage, will you now please stand? By the authority vested in me as Vice-Chancellor, I hereby admit you to the degrees, diplomas and certificates for which you have been presented to me here today. Our warmest congratulations to you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the ceremony. I declare the proceedings closed. Will you please now all stand for the academic procession?